Welcome to Super Game Court. Today we're playing Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards. Dan, you're with me as always.
Yep.
Let's get this thing going.
All right.
Get these Crystal Shards. This is your pick for today. Uh-oh. What was that? What did that say?
Just like if you don't know how to use the copy ability.
Oh, it's going to give you a little tutorial.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I'm sorry. That's why I was like, what?
That's fine.
All right, so I've played this game very briefly when it came out. So, I mean, how long ago was that? Like, probably close to 20 years.
Yeah, about a while ago.
Wow, look at this.
I'm just
All right, let's
Yeah.
get this game rolling. Level 1, Pop Star.
You want me to explain all about the
Yeah,
controls? All right, so instead of actually using the control stick, this is one of like the few N64 games you have to use the D-pad to move,
Okay.
which
So-
actually is kind of an annoyance.
You don't like the D-pad, right?
Well, I mean, I like it, but like, I guess when you're so used to playing every single game on the N64, the main attraction was like, oh, we had this control stick, so
Right.
like, it almost feels a little unnatural, even though it's always there.
Hmm.
So this is what I was telling you earlier. Like, you get those like little crystal things there. Like the
Okay.
crystal, I guess it's one of the crystal shards, and it's almost like how
They're the
in-
Crystal Shards?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were finding the Crystal Shards.
Well, I mean, we are.
You eat them.
I don't know. The little fairy came out and grabbed it.
I just meant like at the end of at the end of the world. I like how when he throws part of his body, he gets thinner.
he misses his face. He throws his face at him.
That's pretty cool. That's smart.
Yeah. So one of the things here is, so I think this is the first 3D Kirby game. Pretty sure. Anyway.
Yeah, it is.
And you can combine your attacks, so you don't just have always one like little move. Like you see, there's like 2 pages right there. So,
Where do you think your health bar is?
It's the. That's a good question. It's the. Is that what you were implying earlier?
Yeah, I mean, look at that thing.
It's the. What was it, the six little like coins or whatever, and then the little things on the bottom are almost like coins in like Mario.
Okay.
So like if you get a lot of them, and then they're like the little like star points over here. If you filled the whole thing, I think you get a 1-up.
All right. So all right. So that was gonna be a serious question. What
alright.
was filling up there? But yeah, the health is like half this. I don't understand. I wonder why like the HUD had to be so huge. I wonder if that was like
I don't know.
to keep the frame rate up or something.
Could be.
Because this,
Yeah, the
like the
cutscenes
screen's
are in
small,
full screen. Yeah.
and it moves and it runs really good, pretty good. It looks like it wants to run at 60, but it starts to chug. So we got a little mini boss
This
here.
is the easiest boss. I mean, you just kind of. I'm just.
What is this move you're
wailing
doing?
on. I combine the bomb. Wow, you got me. I combine the.
Oh, I see the 2 combos.
Yeah,
there.
I combine the bomb and the cutter, and it gives you like almost like a little exploding ninja star.
Okay.
So that was like a cool point of this game is that you can try to combine different powers, and to get different like like just keep like trying different things and getting different like powers and moves and stuff.
All right.
Some
so
of
there are
them-
many combinations.
Yeah, there's a lot of combinations. A lot of them are.
We got to get past
All
these
right,
cutscenes.
sorry.
That's all right.
I'm explaining.
Yeah, you're fine.
And at the
you're
end of the
fine.
stage, you get like a little thing. You have to try to get stuff. I missed everything. Kirby Crush.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
didn't even get the 1-up? It looked like you landed right next to it. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
the cutscenes are just. I can't watch Kirby just run around with this little fairy
Sweet.
girl.
All right, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, of
All
course.
right.
So I'm torn as to whether or not I think the graphics are okay. I mean, they look bad.
Yeah.
But 64 games in general look pretty bad. I don't know. I'm torn. It doesn't look as nice as like a Super Nintendo Kirby game.
Well, no, not at all.
Like, it makes you wonder, like, why didn't they just... I mean,
Do-
just because you could make it in 3D.
Well, I think a lot of Nintendo franchises did that. I mean, wasn't
Right.
that the reason they didn't do a Metroid on the N64?
So they say. I mean, there's
Like
always...
that's the rumored thing
Right.
is that they wanted it to be 3D. So I guess
Right.
like when you have a console that can be 3D.
It was weird that we were at this point where, like, just because the consoles could do 3D,
everything
had
it.
yeah, and like nothing. There was like very few 2D games. I remember on PlayStation, if I understand
Oh,
correct,
we're
if I
supposed to be able to-
remember correctly, Sony did not want the 2D Mega Man 8 and I think Mega Man X4. They kind of came out around the same time,
Okay.
and like they didn't want them to release that on
Because they weren't 3D.
they weren't 3D. And then I think Capcom may have held like something good ransom, like a Resident Evil or something like that. Like it said, you're not going to get this if you don't
Alright.
get the pub. That was the story I remember. I could be completely wrong.
I mean, it
probably
sounds
am wrong.
about right because that was like when that's like the general public's like you want to try and sell games not just to who you already have, but to all these new people. So when they see a game like this where it's 3D compared to a 2D game, which will
Right.
actually look nicer
Right.
to people who've played them. A lot of people don't think that.
I can even remember playing weird story. I mean, not a great story, but Donkey Kong 64.
Not your
And,
favorite game, by the way.
Terrible game. But anyway, I remember playing it at a buddy's house, and his brother was just like, "Oh, this is so much better than those old 2D ones." And I was like, "Oh, not really."
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
wouldn't agree with that either. Actually.
Yeah, and even then, I didn't. And like, at that point in time, I was not completely hating Donkey Kong 64, but even then, I was just like, "Nah, you're wrong." What is going on here? Is this a boss?
Yeah, this is a boss.
Like a human.
There's always like a painter boss in Kirby.
Well,
You don't play many Kirbys, right?
I have not played many Kirbys. My experience with Kirbys,
You played Canvas Course, right?
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, there's a painter boss in that.
I like the really. And was it human?
No, it wasn't human, but it's a painter boss. Yeah, that was another weird thing too. It
I
really
like the
bothered me.
Kirbys that. Speaking of 2D things, these guys are all 2D.
Yeah, look at this thing, by the way.
Look at that. It's just
Yeah.
like pixels. I like Kirby when he's not being regular Kirby. Like I
So
like
you
Dream
like-
Course.
alright.
I like Canvas Curse. Yeah, I like not regular Kirby.
Actually, last time I played this, I thought that when I got to this boss, I was like, "Oh, these enemies look really cool." I wish
Yeah, the whole game
I wish
looked
the
like
whole
that.
game looked like that.
Yeah, it will be cool. If I think
This is
the
how Dreamland 3 looks.
that's what I was gonna say on
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, right? It
I
has
never
like
got
that.
to play that one.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't just like go all out. I mean, I guess maybe there's a possibility that like these machines weren't built to handle 2D well.
What 2D games are on it that are like pretty popular? I mean, I really
On
don't
64.
even. Yeah, I really don't even know a lot. Like, I guess you never
Mischief
think about it.
Makers, which is like half 2D. That's got a lot of polygon stuff. Everything's all sprites. All the characters
Okay.
are sprites. We should play that one time. You always said you want to play that.
I always want to play that. I always want to buy it, but no one ever has it.
It's good. We should play that. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. That game Wonder Project J2 that I have.
Okay.
I'm just looking over at the games I have. That's all 2D and sprites, but it's not like a heavy action game. It's like single screens and you're like exploring within the that screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of any 64 games that are 2D. There's gotta be something.
I really don't know many. Being honest with you, they're all pretty much 3D. That's always something I like. If you jump under the enemy,
Mhm.
like instead of like you're jumping on top of them like you would Mario,
Yeah.
you like stun them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
In all Kirby's or just this Kirby?
This is the only one I ever like fluently tried it in. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not sure if it translates into other ones.
Huh.
Ooh, that effect does not look good. It's like all like moving weird.
Like the camera like panning
Yeah.
in there? Yeah.
So like, but it only works sometimes. Like when I was on the level before this, and I actually said like I kind of mumbled under my breath something like I tried to
Oh,
jump
yeah,
and
look at
hit him,
that.
and he didn't.
You know
it
what?
didn't
That
work.
does not happen in the game. I just played the original Dreamland semi-recently
Okay.
for on 3DS.
Was that
I
with
love Epic
3D?
Yarn. What's that?
Was that with
no,
3D?
They've added 3D to the NES one.
Okay.
That was just Virtual Console Game Boy one on Club Nintendo with the coins.
Oh, all right.
It was one of the ones you could buy. Did you ever do those?
I'm
You ever
about to
do
say,
the Club Nintendos?
sad thing is that I never signed up for Club
It's
Nintendo.
not that sad. The sad thing is filling out all those effing surveys to get the stupid coins. You're not doing the sad thing. I'm doing the sad thing.
I don't know, man. My one friend, the one day I went over and he was like, "Oh, look what I got from Club Nintendo," and it was like Super Mario RPG. And I was like,
Cool. Yeah.
God damn, I want.
Yeah,
I wanna
well
do
then
that.
you should have just went home and filled out all the surveys.
Yeah, I guess I should.
You
I don't know.
you're sitting on so many coins.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah, all
So,
you
like,
gotta do is just get all your games.
Right
and-
here, there's like that green like plank, and then there's like the crystal under it.
Yeah.
So I would have to come back with. I think it's like you have to use the double cutter, and then
Okay.
that'll open up.
How would you know that? Just experimenting?
Yeah, like I mean, the green is the cutter, so it's like almost like color coded.
Oh, so two greens.
Two
with
greens or
access to
one
that.
green, whatever hits it. If it's green, like there'll be a couple
Oh, I
like
see.
that.
All right. Oh, the painter's back.
Yeah, and
So
so
so the painter's nice to you, right? Well, this is a nice painter, I guess.
yeah, I think like they were like almost possessed by like those weird things he was throwing at me.
Okay.
That was what happened in those cutscenes. Like you heal them and then they join your team.
Are we still on the first stage
Oh,
here?
I missed one.
Well, we beat stages, but I saw
Yeah,
right. We had the
this is the
cutscenes.
third stage. Oh,
Wow,
there's
we're on the
all-
third stage already.
Yeah.
Now does it have like worlds?
Yes,
All right. So how many stages a world?
this one is I think only 4.
Okay.
It's just like the introduction world. I think it goes up to like 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure.
All right. He walks slow as molasses.
Yeah, it's like one of my biggest complaints about this game. Like it feels really slow, and I just hate using the 64 D-pad. I really don't know why I shouldn't, because if you take the control stick out, you're basically just holding a Super NES
I don't mind
controller.
the 64 D-pad.
And I don't mind playing a Super NES, but I don't understand. I just like it feels unnatural.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't like the 64 D-pad. I like it. It's a weird controller.
Yeah, but I still enjoy it. Works out.
It makes you wonder why they didn't just think of the way the controllers are laid out now, with like the sticks, kind of in the center. Well, I guess because there was no stick yet.
Yeah.
They just didn't know what to do.
All right, so here's King DDD. That's how you pronounce his name.
Day. Hey, he's not the big bad guy in this? He's not?
No, he joins your team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you be him?
Yeah, you can. You play as him.
So you actually play as other characters other than Kirby in this?
I think it's just you and DDD, and I hate playing as him.
Or Day.
Day or DDD.
So you said they say DDD in Smash Brothers. I don't even remember.
I think it's like when you pick him, the
just
announcer.
annihilated him.
Yeah, this attack.
Is that because
amazing.
you're just never going to let go of that attack, basically?
I'm going to try not to.
So that game is just making the game. Yeah, like I noticed you haven't even eaten anybody. Like you're just using that attack.
Yeah, this attack is it's amazing.
You see, it's weird. This is one thing I don't like about Kirby's one. Like the thing I like about the first game. There he is, Wizzy Woods. Oh, he's a little different this time, though.
Yeah, you have to beat like. I mean, because he's supposed to be in 3D.
Right.
So they changed.
At least they're taking advantage of the 3D layouts here.
Yeah.
Making you circle this guy. I mean, that's cool. So then, how do you hit him?
I think he like throws roots at you. An apple.
What do you do with the apple? How do you?
Well, you're supposed to. If you don't have a power, you would suck, like consume the apples. And
you're
throw them back.
Are you hurting him when you hit that? When you hit the roots?
Yes.
All right. I thought maybe you had to do something to hit him.
No.
In the center.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually really enjoy this boss music here. It's like kind of crazy.
All the Kirby music's insane.
Yeah, like it really is.
It definitely has its own sound, like unique. Like Kirby music when you hear Kirby music.
I think you actually mentioned that to me before.
Oh yeah.
Look at his face, by the way.
He's all sad. Could I have a
yeah,
So
this is gonna be Phil playing World 2
of. I'm gonna try not to use your power. And what I was gonna say is.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you how to get rid of it when you.
No, it's fine. I'll keep it. I'll try not to lose it.
No, just if you want to experiment, get new things. So.
All right.
See, that's the thing about this game is that a lot of the powers are really bad.
They're bad.
Like they're just like, I don't want this. Why would I want this? I think that's what you were just kind of trying to say. Like you're complaining about Kirby games, so you get like these powers and you don't want anything else.
Right.
Because you already have the best one.
All right. Well, we're gonna pick up on World 2.
Okay.
On the next episode of Kirby and the Crystal Shards.